Hey y'all, how's everyone? We're gonna get into our content, and I hope everybody had a smooth, chilling Sunday. Yeah, with that good old fishing and anything that you decide to do. Y'all, we're gonna get into P Diddy. I'm gonna call him Puff. We used to call him Puff Daddy back in the day until he got his name changed. Okay. We're gonna talk about Sean Combs and all the multiple high, all three multiple high, probably more than three. Sure, I believe it more than three. Multiple high profile relationships. Okay, you know some of his relationship was high profile, some was not. Okay, so that's his business. You know what I mean? But three other familiar women that we know about in the P Diddy case is Cassie Ventura. We know about Jennifer Lopez. And that shocked me, y'all. When I first heard about him and Jennifer, you know what? People can fool you though. People can fool you. So Jennifer Lopez, and then he had Kim Porter. Now I can see him with Kim Porter, but I thought I don't not too familiar with her age. I didn't thought it was a big age difference right there, but I don't know. I think. But them his high profile women, but them ain't the only women that he dealt with. So where I'm coming from, y'all, is was Diddy really the man that we saw doing that to Cassie? Was he really that guy? Was he that guy for the day? And I know they say he been doing it, been described as an abusive person that does that. Did he do it just to what her name? Cassandra, uh, Cassie. There's so many names that I deal with over here on this channel, y'all. I can't remember these folks' names, but y'all know what I'm be trying to say, so don't give me a hard time, okay? All right, y'all, get the lights up. Get the lights up. This is for entertainment, news reporting, comedy purposes, okay? And everything that I say is allegedly because I can only be allegedly because of what I do, what I have researched, okay? And if I'm not sure about something, I'm gonna always say allegedly, okay? So we're gonna get into all three of his girlfriends, okay? Ex-girlfriends, let's say that. P. Diddy, Puffy and I with music goes a long way back with Mary J. See, y'all need to ask yourself, what happened to Mary J? See, don't blame Mary for what she went through. What happened to her? But she can lie like younger guys. That don't mean that she this and she that the way y'all talking. No, the part I want to worry about Mary is the abuse part, dealing with P Diddy because they were very close. Okay, I'm gonna get into some of the things that they were saying about uh, uh, Diddy, Diddy, and his ex girlfriend Cassie. How did they come about to reach that quit settlement? Okay, that she been married since 2019 now, not him. She was married to her husband. See, y'all don't forget that was 2000. They have the vision is the way y'all looking at it is like it's happening now. No, this happened a while back. You know what I mean? And Cass is bringing it out now. Okay, I believe a lot of this stuff came out a little bit before they did a raid at his house. There's a lot of stuff going on. And if they're gonna get this music mogul, they're gonna get him. If they can't get him about Tupac, guess what? They're gonna get him. They're gonna get him some kind of way. Yeah. Okay, because y'all didn't know nothing about that tape until uh uh that tape came out. Now this is what I want to talk about until the FBI brought it out when they raided that house. Okay, Cassie didn't show y'all that. Okay, let me. I don't see him as he abused her that day. He was wrong for that. And if she been going through this, a couple of security say he did this. Why? What did they do to try to get her to help to get out of that relationship? Anybody could have passed or helped Cassie back then. You know what I mean? Everybody want to talk about P Diddy, but what did y'all do to help that girl get away or get out that relationship without him knowing it? So y'all blaming P Diddy. We know P Diddy. What about his friends? What about his associates? What about the security? Why is she still with that man and she could have got away? Y'all got to remember she was but 19 now. Only thing look pretty in a 19-year-old face is money. Okay, and he was 37. Okay, that's a big difference right there. Very big difference. And the thing is, she was trying to get her business going. He trying to get his business going. Okay, so far. Now, I want to say this. Was it really Sean Combs or was it the women that were jealous of his infidelity in their relationships? See, we need to look at it like that. Is it because of the infidelities that he kept having in the relationship? Or is it uh what is it? Is it he's a bad person? I don't know. I don't know. It got to be some good about him if these three women right here came. These three women right here didn't feel like nothing was wrong with him. These three women right here fell in love with him. Okay, they thought he was the man. They wanted them women didn't get want those women. Kim Lopez and Cassie wanted uh did it the way they wanted did it. You know, it did it didn't turn out to be that way. So we're gonna get into that, y'all. We're gonna get into that, okay? Now, here it said I wanna share something with y'all about each woman. Now I don't know if I'm gonna start with Cassie or not. Let me see. Who I want to start, what woman I want to start with first. Now, don't forget that Cassie was P. Diddy's ex-girlfriend. And what happened, she was married and everything. And what they did was reach a quick settlement. See, when you're a controlled person, if you got the money talk, bull, but ain't walk, okay? And that's what happened in here. That money started walking and talking. Y'all the one brought out that video, and the FBI brought out that video to make it like that, okay? So, is he infidelity man? Do he like to cheat? And the women got upset. They couldn't tolerate it no more. They tried to get away. And he became abusive. Worse, he was mostly like physical and mentally abusive. Why was he that way? And why did he get no help before then? See, he can't be too much of I'm not going to say can't to be too much of a sorry because he would apologize a long time ago. Now, look, y'all, it was a quick settlement agreement after me and you singer accused the media mocha of abuse. The lawyer Benjamin Bradman is not an admission of admission of wrongdoing. See, what Diddy was tell y'all, he telling us he's sorry, but he said he didn't do nothing wrong. He still think that he didn't do nothing wrong. Most people, not just guys, I apologize, but most people that is very abusive don't think that they did in the wrongdoing. They think that they did right, but they really did wrong. They did some wrongdoing, okay? But y'all didn't have to, as a woman, we don't have to tolerate that. And as getting out of there, if she had asked for the help that she thought she need, folks could have got that girl some help because she could have got away. differently than the way she was trying to get away from him then. That wasn't no good way. Now, let's get it clear. This is what they wanted the decision. This is what I'm talking about 223. Just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. He said he didn't do nothing wrong. But then y'all saw a video of him saying his problems. But deep down in his heart, he said it, it is no way an admission of wrongdoing. He don't think he did nothing wrong. What happened to Big P Diddy when he was a young boy? I want to go back through that. I want to come back to where I am now. I'm going to come back to this where I am now. But I want to share this a little bit, then I want to go to him when he was younger, y'all. Okay. Okay. Just to keep it clear that he claimed that in a statement that it was no wrongdoing. It's weird. He's not going to admit abusive person don't admit their strength, their controllable ways. Okay, he shared a statement for the Fox News Digital. Mr. Cohn's decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way determine his flat out denial of the claims. Okay? Okay? That lawsuit settlement does not in any way undermine his flat out denial of claim. Because he don't think he did nothing wrong. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement. Who wouldn't be happy that they got into a mutual settlement and wish Miss Ventura the best? Wow. And it in a relationship didn't even last. It lasts nearly a decade, y'all. And during the time when he was in those relationships, he was cheating. So we're gonna come back to right there. Now I want to get to. I looked up how old is she now? How old is Cassie now? You know Cassie's 37. She's 37 and she's married. Okay, after splitting from Cohn in 2018. Now, in 2018, y'all, we at 2024. After 6 years of dating, Cassie, 37, found the love of her life. Her husband, personal trainer, Alex Fine. Okay, I'm gonna show you Alex in a minute. The couple tied the knot in August of 2019. And we fought her battle for her back in like 2015. 2015. The couple, okay, so right now, the couple tied the knot in August the 2019 and is an intimate Malibu ceremony. Shortly after welcoming two daughters, she ended up with two daughters. She didn't have, God bless her, she didn't have no baby by P. Diddy. I don't know if that's good or not, but she don't have no kids by him. I'm not saying he's not a good father or nothing like that. She have two daughters, Frankie 4 and Sonny's 3, plus their dogs. Okay, this is her new husband. And I think we need to let them be. You know, let me show y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm sick enough for her husband for her. See, yeah, I remember when it was about, she was 19 when she was fooling around with P. Diddy. Let me see what her husband at. Yeah, 2006 she was with Cohn. Trying to find her husband now. I just hit the husband right there. I wonder why was she married and they happened in 206 or 209 with P. Diddy. And then the lawsuit came against him alleging abuse throughout their relationship. And if she married now, you know what? The law is kind of strange in some states. Let me show y'all her husband. Okay. This her and her husband. She 37 right there. She ain't uh she's not she's not 19. So you talking about way back. Okay. So let's get to where let's see what else I want to share with y'all about that. Now I want to get to uh Cone. Now I'm gonna show y'all this. No, I ain't gonna show y'all this. Hold on. This is what I want to show y'all. We're gonna go into we're gonna get into the life of Sean Cone, y'all. You know he's 50 years old now, right? Okay. He was born November the 4th, 1969, New York. Uh, let's see what else I want to say. It's an American rapper, uh, producer, actor, and clothing designer who found an entertainment empire in 1990. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about his father. Okay, now this is his early life. I was trying to see where did the abuse part come from? What happened? How he get there? And he seemed like a nice guy, but I never cared nothing about him. I never did. But I can't. I'm not gonna say nothing bad. Anyway, early life in the music career. Okay, Cone was born and raised in Harlem in New York City, where his father was murdered when Cone was 3, y'all. He lost his father when he was 3. Mm, mm, mm. How was his father murdered? What kind of man was he? What was he doing? You know, that boy lost his father at 3. 9 years later, the family moved to suburban Mount Vernon, New York, where Cone attended preschool and supposedly received the nickname Puffy. See, we used to call him Puffy. Okay, for his habit of puffing up his chest during a football practice. He's chest out. Thought he had that little bird chest. That's what we used to call our brother them. Oh, you need to have that bird chest. Y'all know if you got brothers, you know how you pick them. Okay, he attended Howard. He was a very smart young man. That's why I'm trying to see where the abuse came from. That's why I was trying to say, is it because of the infidelity? Where did abuse come from? Uh, 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 what happened there? Do we have any siblings? That's why I went here, but I couldn't find it. So he attended Howard University in Washington D.C., but he left college after 2 years to become an intern in an uptown record in New York City. Within a year, he had moved up to the vice president. Wow. Big money. Sean P. Diddy. Okay, okay, okay. Smart young man. Got a head on his shoulder. Got a career on his mind. In December 1991, 9 people were crushed to death and 29 were injured as crowd pushed their way into a charity basketball game. Combe had promoted at the City Cottage, New York. Now, the reason why I'm going here with y'all, because we always hear the bad part of the person, but we don't hear the good part of the person. And another thing is what happened, how he got here. What made him attack that girl like that? See, y'all know most of the people when they drink, when they're on drugs, they're gonna be abusive. They don't even know they that way. So if anybody that hang with uh, Puff Daddy, P Diddy, around him, even a security. Let's take this poll, y'all. Let's take this poll right quick, okay? I want to ask y'all this. I want to ask y'all: do y'all think that he was an abusive person? Do do you? Hold on, y'all. Answer this poll for me. Do you think P Diddy was an abusive person, or did he make a mistake at that time? He lost it at that time. So we're gonna put y'all answer this poll for me, okay? Do you think P Diddy was an abusive person? Okay, spite of what he did to what her name, Cassie. Okay, let's finish with his life story and his career. Okay, he attended Howard University in Washington, D.C., but he left college after 2 years to become an intern. Okay, he became an intern at an uptown records in New York City. Okay, within a year, he had moved up to the vice president. God, he had the vice president. He about to move up to the president in December 1991. Okay, we said that they got Chris in the gang. Let me go. Let me move on. Let me move on. Let me move on. I see here about that business though. And Bad Boy Entertainment came along, y'all. Notorious B.I.G. and Puff Daddy. Okay. In 1993, Combs was fired from Uptown, and he turned his energies to his own label, Bad Boy Entertainment. Wonder why he was fired. He was fired from Uptown. Uptown is a place where he started. Now that tells me that he may be a control freak. I'm a control freak myself at times, okay? Let's finish with this, okay? He soon discovered and befriended a street hustler named Christopher Wallace. Y'all know that's Notorious Big, okay? This is very important to find out what happened. Where did this come from? Okay, he that Notorious B.I.G. Was a street hustler. He was a street hustler. Okay, and Christopher Wallace, who rapped as Biggie Small and recorded as Notorious Big by 1994. Wallace was a rising rap star, and Combe had negotiated a 15 million deal to move Bad Boys to Arista Records. Okay, which gained him a growing industrial wide reputation as a rap compresario and an entrepreneur. So this is how P. Diddy got started. See, I don't even think P. Diddy, Sean Combs really had time to date. I think he was a flirter, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't think he was a man that was ready to settle down because he was so into his company. Okay? Y'all know how it is. You trying to get a relationship, be in a relationship, but you too busy to be in a relationship. But the women talk into stuff. In spring of 1997, Notorious Big was murdered. And Combs' first album, No Way Out, released that summer under the moniker Puff Daddy. Include the Grammy Award-winning single, I'll Be Missing You. Okay, a music Uglog featuring the voice of Biggie, Widow, you know who his widow is, and the melody from the Police, Every Breath You Take, all that money right there, gonna hit the chart, okay? So Biggie will focus on his money. He was young then, he was focusing on his money. That's what it was about then. making money. That year, Cole took home 2 Grammy Awards, y'all. Money, money, money. For rap album, No Way Out. And rap, did he go a long way with making money, y'all? I don't understand how he came to be an abusive person, but that, yeah, I believe the thing was he the kind of man that he allegedly may be a cheater. He may not intend to cheat. What I call a cheat, I don't think I be cheating, but I call it control. Okay? All right, Jose. Don't start, Jose. Hold on, don't you start. You stop now. Ain't no cheater. It be a Jose. I ain't no cheat. Okay. Puff Daddy, because P Diddy, y'all. We used to call him Puffy. Puff Daddy, back in the day. We used to call him Puff Daddy. And then he's changed his name from Puffy to P Diddy. And I used to say to myself, y'all make sure y'all take that vote there. Look, let me tell you something. I wonder why did he change his name from Puff Daddy to P Diddy? Okay, a legal trouble. He got into some legal troubles. Okay, however, some overshadow come music and fashion achievement. In 1999, he was found partially liable for the city college stampedes and was made to pay settlement of several resulting claims. Y'all remember at the beginning of the live, I was telling y'all that he had a basketball game, and some of them people they were stampede, they failed, and then a lot of them were injured and hurt, and so they did gave a settlement. So he changed his name. He changed his name from Puffy because y'all were taking his money with that. Now, sometimes you have to change your name when it comes down to money. You know what I mean? So in 1999, this is what you call 1999, y'all. Don't forget now, him and Cassie wasn't together in 2019. Okay, so they making it seem let y'all think that this just happened to her. No, it happened in 2006. So think about the relationship that you had where you was abused by your male or your female, and you could sue them now. Okay, in 1999, he was found partially liable for the city cottage stampede, uh, uh, and was made, y'all, to pay that settlement on several resulting claims. Later that year, he pleaded guilty to the second degree harassment. Okay, harassment. Okay, and after an altercation with a record copied executive, and then in December 1999, he was present during a shooting at a Manhattan nightclub. See, it's a lot went down. Now, I'm sitting here telling y'all about this 1999, which some of y'all weren't even born. 1999 uh, 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 situation that he been in. So later, listen to this, y'all. So now he got a lawsuit, a settlement on on some claims. Okay, then in 2019, he was presented during a shooting at a Manhattan nightclub dealing with Tupac and Biggie. Okay, in 2001, all counts, all counts. Okay, look, there you go, here you go. He was presented during a shooting at a Manhattan nightclub, charged now with that name Puff Daddy. He was charged with several crimes, including illegal gun possession. He was acquitted in 2001 on all counts. So if you know that 2001 and Cassie was 19, 2009, they was together, and he doing too much right here. Y'all know y'all can do some research on the man. Do your research on the man. You see all the troublesome that he has had in his past. Most men do that when they hustle like that. Men's are men, like that. So Now, during the time with Cassie and all them women he had fidelity with, uh, we're gonna get back to them soon. We're gonna get back to all the girlfriends. Y'all know about these men when y'all first meet these men. Y'all trying to act like y'all don't know about the men. Yes, y'all do. Y'all know they were gangsters. They were doing all that. So later that year, y'all, he plead guilty to second degree harassment. Harassment. Look at his records. This is what he do. This is who he is. So either I'm gonna float with this man, I'm gonna deal with this man. I'm not gonna even touch you. I'm not gonna even go that far. I'm gonna do like that other baby mama do. I had a baby by her, but I don't. I got out of it before you know it. One of the baby mama didn't stay with him like them other women did. Them women want to make him out of their husband, allegedly. Okay. So y'all, okay. See, here we go. He got in illegal trouble. He got in legal trouble. Okay, where he had to pay out a settlement, more money. Then he had a later that year. He pleaded guilty to a second degree harassment after an altercation with a record company. Look, he's a fighter. He gonna fight back. He's doing no more than what the other bad boys that y'all like doing. Okay, then he plead guilty to that in the second degree harassment after altercation with a record company executive. In December 1999, he was presented doing a shooting as president of shooting in a Manhattan club. See, that's the kind of man he is. That's what hustlers do. Hustlers get into stuff sometimes. Charged with several crimes, including illegal gun possession. He was acquitted in 2001 in all counts. Okay, he sequentially made a symbolic break with his past by assuming the stage name P. Diddy. So what he trying to tell y'all what he did then, what he got his name changed from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy, to make himself, be better, So he left Puffy alone. We was calling him Puffy. Puffy was a gangster name for Puffy was a troublesome name for him. Okay, so now he about to make alleged trying to make uh, 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 a new history with the P Diddy. Okay, but he still remember now. He said we used to call him Puff Daddy. He's smart. He changes to P Daddy, P Diddy, and releasing his second album. He was still making that money though, y'all. He didn't get off his mountain route. That's what you call a hustler. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, the cycle continues in 2001. He claimed his third Grammy in 2004. Okay? This when Cassidy, everybody knew how he was. That's why they went to him for his collaborating with the rapper Nelly. Okay, Cornell, hey, y'all know who Nelly is anyway. Shake Y'all Telefeathers. Y'all know that. And later that year, he was honored by the Councils of Fashion Designer area as their men wear designer of the year. See, money man, make that money. Women know he had that money. Know he has that money. Sometimes y'all women and y'all men has to protect y'all fame and y'all money. Because some people, they already got a plan to get your money. I don't care for the little money, they still got a plan to get your money. Okay, then P Diddy went along and he dropped the P. He dropped the P from the name in 2005. Don't forget, he fooling around. About to start fooling, he fooling around. He can do that. 2005 and released this third album, Press Play, the following year as Diddy. Okay, still making that hustle. His 2010 album, Last Train to Paris, is one song. The Last Train to Paris was came to my attention when I had a nice young guy and young man in my chat told me, Lanita, go watch The Last Train. Go listen to The Last Train to Paris by P. Diddy. It's a good album. I didn't get a chance. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to go back and finish listening to it. I'd be so busy. So the young guy that was on our channel, y'all, I can't think his name. He said he told me to go look at the last train to Paris. That was 2010. He already on met. Cassie know he making that money. He making that money. He was stressed out working. That's what I hustle to do, work. Okay, so the last train to Paris, a record with the female vocal group Dirty Money. Okay, now he brought out Dirty Money when he was naming those people that had allegation against him. Okay, so y'all go back and look at that. Listen to that album, Last Train to Paris. Go back and look at his list. That's a good album. That's a good. All of that is good. That's a whole. That whole album is beautiful. Okay, I'm not taking up for him. I'm just telling the truth. Okay, his 2010 album, Last Train to Paris, recorded with the female vocals group Dirty Money. It continued in the crowd pleasing popular vein of his previous efforts. His layer of rap with house and disco beats to create a series of danceable tracks. I like his thinking when he was making his music. He made his music where people can dance off of. Yeah, but compared to the music now that they're making, some of the music they're making now, we can't dance off of. Now the young guys and young female, they are now getting into making songs that we can dance to. Okay, all right. Now this part of his history. I'm just telling you how busy he was. Cole continued his experimentation on another collaborative album, 11/11/2014, produced by Israel techno producer Guy Gilbert. Gerber, I'm sorry, Gerber. Okay, but returned closer to true hip hop. Now, guess what? He's still with Cassie. Cassie know that man. See, some women, the man is busy. To me, he need to be in a relationship where he can dip and dab and dip, because he can't settle down. He's busy. And you know that man busy. It's just like making your husband is a police officer and a detective. And you want him under you 24/7. You knew that man before that man married you, that man wasn't going to be able to sit up under you. We got to stop. We got to make some changes to that, y'all. If we know how that person is, we know that Diddy is not going to be able to get no one person no attention. Not in the field, the entertainment world that he in. He gonna run into women. He gonna run into men. He gonna run into people like that. You know what I mean? So it's gonna make his love affair difficult to settle. You know what I mean? And then he gonna stress out because he losing and he winning at the same time, allegedly. But where was his friend who should have helped him along the way, regardless of his attitude? Still help him. Okay, so you talking about 2014. Okay, they still together, okay. Now we're gonna get to the good part. I brought y'all to his life history is because I'm trying to see what made him become the man that he is when he before Cassie walked out of his life back in 2009. Okay. I'm trying to see what happened, but I'm glad he made a change. But he made mistakes. He was young. He made mistakes. Okay, he was drinking and doing everything else. Civil lawsuit and Homeland Security raids. Listen to this. In 2021, y'all, Cone announced that he had officially changed his middle name. See, Cone is a smart man. P. Diddy, Sean Cole is a very smart person, a man. I just don't care too much for him, but he's smart. He's changing his name and stuff to change his identity or who he was or what y'all could try to get from him with that name. So I got to change my name. I'm going to change my name so y'all won't be messing with this new name, okay? He's smart. I don't know who talking to him. In 2021, Combs announced that he had officially changed his middle name from John to Love. See, y'all didn't know that. 2 years later, he released. You see how he, every time he changed a name, he released a what? An album. He released an album. And trust me, his album is gonna take off. Okay? The Love album is his middle name. So he released 2 years after he had a name change. He released the latest release was Love album. That man protecting his music. Y'all don't see he doing a good thing. He doing a good job protecting his music. And when you protect your music, you're supposed to protect your money. Okay, and that's what I can see what's going on. So he changed that middle name to Love. Okay, off the grid. Now watch this. Which was nominated, y'all, for a Grammy for Best Progressive R&B album and featured guest artists such as The Weeknd, Mary J. Blige, okay? Also in 2023, he was the subject of, y'all, with this just 2024, right? Now we talk about the civil lawsuits in the Homeland Security, how it came into a role in his actions, okay? Also in 2023, he was the subject of several civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual harassment, sex trafficking, okay, and RAPE. One lawsuit was filed by a singer who had worked with Cone and who alleged that she has been the victim of his sexual misconduct for years during their personal and professional relationship. Who don't want Cone? Who don't want Cone? Come on now. You see the man already going through a lawsuit. Shoot. Come on now. It's his fidelity. In his relationship, it was his fidelity. Which what's going on in relationship now. Okay? One lawsuit was filed by a singer, who had worked with Cone and who alleges that she had been the victim. Here she go, want to be a victim. His ex misconducted for years during their personal and professional relationship. Personal and professional relationship. How did you get in that situation, young lady? Money, baby. Money talk. Money talk. Money talk. Okay. Okay, the suit was settled. Now, listen. The suit was settled, y'all. hmm The suit was settled outside of court. He got to protect his name. He's not the only one that tried to settle outside the courts. Come on, y'all. Y'all know a lot of them guys. Michael Jackson and everybody else had tried to settle suit outside. Come on now. Outside the court. That's nothing new. When you're big enough, you can do that. Okay? Now let's see. Okay. Anyway, the suit was settled outside of court for an undisclosed amount. Okay? However, listen to the money, y'all. Listen to how the money gonna start walking. After that lady did that, listen to this. However, three other women and one man also came forward between November 2023 and February 2024 with allegations that Combs had assault or trafficked them. I wouldn't doubt that because of the man he is. Okay? So if I know he like that while I'm dealing with him, it was I didn't have to turn him. I could have turned. Of course, he's gonna sell himself while he's out there running his business. So you won't go nowhere else. You can stay over here, and I work with you. A game. It's a game. It's a mind game. You know, you can't go in this kind of game with a man like P. Diddy, Sean Cone, and slide out of it like that. It don't work like that. Okay. So the suit was settled outside of court. Okay. Okay. However, the three other women and one man, y'all know that was Lil Rodney. Okay. Lil Rod, I'm sorry. I said Lil Rodney. Okay. However, three other women and one man also came forth between November 2023 last year and February of this year. Okay, now they want to get them some money because they know he getting up in age now. Okay, with allegations that Combs had assaulted or trafficked them. In March, y'all, of this year, Combs' home in Miami Beach in Los Angeles was raided by federal agents from the Department of Human Security. See, what they were doing, the FBI was doing right then, they knew, everybody knew who Sean Cone is. Everybody know P. Diddy. Everybody know what kind of man P. Diddy is, and they know that Camber was his idol. The Camber was his idol. The Camber, it tell him, it sees a lot. The camera tells a story. That was one of the biggest mistakes that Sean Cone did was put cameras in every room, put cameras everywhere through the parties and everything through his house. That's one of the worst mistakes. Because guess what the camera does? A camera tells a story, right? What were he thinking about? What were he thinking about? Okay, now we're going to talk about acting the credits. Okay, in addition of his music career, I just told y'all everything about his early part of his life. I wouldn't dare try to talk to P. Diddy. And you know what? And before I'm not trying to skip nothing. Think about Young Miami. Young Miami got weak. And I'm not going to say he manipulated her. I'm not, because I don't even know what kind of girl she really is. She let that man come in between her and her partner. You don't let nobody come between you and your money. Just because you met money, then you going to go over there and leave her. And I liked them together. Even though they have, they're going to have ups and downs, y'all. Everything ain't going to be sweet and honey all the times. Okay, the acting credits. In addition to his music career, Combs has occasionally acted, y'all. He used to be acting, y'all. That boy got money. He didn't stop. He didn't let love stop him from making money, did he? He didn't let relationships stop making money, right? He didn't let the children stop making money, right? Hey, he was in infidelity relationship with them women. That man ain't got time to be sitting down. This man ain't gonna, they want that man to sit down and be a house man. And he wasn't that. Okay? In addition to his music career, Combs has occasionally acted. In 2001, he appeared as a death row inmate in the critically acclaimed film Monster Ball. Okay? He later portrayed a record executive in the comedy Get Him to the Greek. Okay? That was in 2010. Mind you, they him and Cassie not even together. But listen to this. And a sports agent in the football way. Let me calm down, Lanita. And a sports agent in the football drama Draft Day that came out in 2014. Okay? His television credits include the 2008 adaptation of Lorraine Hansberry. This man making money, y'all. Played a Raisin in the Sun. Oh, I didn't know what? His television credit include the 2008 adaptation of Lorraine Hansberry play. I didn't know it. A Raisin in the Sun. Wow, and a guest appearance on various shows. Okay, he was so young. In 2016, he served. Remember him and Cassie not together. She see all that money that man making money. In 2016, he served as an advisor on the vocal competition series, The Voice. Yeah, I remember him on The Voice with him and I forgot the other guy named the big guy. He then became a judge on The Four. I remember he was on The Four. Battle for the Stardom, okay, which aired for 2 seasons in 2018. Man, making money, honey. Hold on, yeah. Okay, here we go. Now, all this good stuff, that's his history that I'm telling y'all where the lawsuits start kicking in. Okay, let's go down. We talk about the ethnic credits. Okay, now we gonna talk about the raps. Okay. Uh Musical style, okay, in which rhythm means speech is chant, rapped to musical accompaniment. The backing music, which can include digital sampling, music, and say, well, okay, so far, he making money right there. Okay, let's skip on down here. Okay, in 2000, in 1980s, saw the advent of gangster rap with lyrics that were often misogynist that glamorized violence and drug dealing. Okay, you had different music out there, y'all. Hey, baby, what's up? Okay, and let's keep going. Grammy Awards. He received a couple of Grammy. Okay, the Grammy Awards. Okay, it plays a big role in his life too. Any other series awards presented annual in the United States by the National Academic Recording Arts and Science. Okay, let's see what we want to say with him right here. He got a lot of achievement, y'all, when it came down to Grammy Awards. The honorees received a golden statuette of gramophone. But the thing is about, I'm going through all of this about y'all with P. Diddy is because P. Diddy, P. Diddy is P. Diddy. P. Diddy is P. Diddy. Let's put it out like that. It wasn't like I wouldn't think that he would have did what he did that to Cassie or any other woman. You know, sometimes us women, we with our mouth, we can start stuff, but y'all men got to be controlled of that situation. Okay, so that right there, what I just went over, y'all, was his early life music career. What happened then and what is getting older now, taking place. So a new day, a new time, he got to change everything now. His Sean Diddy uh violent history dates back in the college days. Y'all know that's how some of them guys is. That's what y'all like. Some women like men to hit on them. I'm gonna share this video with y'all. Some women like that, y'all. I don't. I don't. Benita don't. Buddy. Ooh. Okay, look at this. Let me see. Can I show? I hope I can show this to you. It's just a little clip. Okay. From Law and Crime. Shout out to Law and Crime.
Before Sean Diddy Combs was a business mogul and rap artist and producer, he was just a kid from Harlem.
It's really surreal. It's really overwhelming to come from New York.
We look at some of the things about Combs' childhood and past that he's revealed over the years.
I'm doing
Thanks
good,
for joining me for Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Sean Diddy Combs has been all over the news for the last couple of weeks, not for rap music or stories about his marketing ability and business prowess, but for raids on his homes in California and Florida tied to allegations of sex trafficking, which he has denied. We know Combs as Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Diddy, and now Love, the rapper and producer.
Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what they did. Okay, let me answer the question that you said. You said, do you think this is all initially uh, induced by cocaine and he got out of control? I can't say what it really initially happened in this situation. I think he's a pimp. He give me the pimp vibes way from a long time ago. And alcohol and drugs do play a role in a lot of stuff that what couples did back in the days. Yeah, but I think he's his mind control. Yeah, he's a pimp vibe. That's the kind of vibe he gives me, y'all. And they use the word trafficking to cover up pimping. I see him as a cool pimp. You know, yeah, that's the vibe that he gives me.
The clothing line
And
designer.
drug and alcohol does play a role in a lot of things that people do, and like which they're under denied. So you got to, you have to can't be undenied in what you do. He in denial that that's what was wrong with him at the time because that was keeping him up awake to make his money. So you have to do something when you're trying to make money like that. It ain't no sleeping when you're trying to make money.
And business mogul. But what do we really know about him as a person and how he became who he is today? What shaped him? Let's go back to the beginning.
Now that's what I just went over with y'all a few minutes ago. What got him to that point? And I already talked to y'all about his life story. He lost his father when he was 3. Dad was murdered. Why was his dad murdered? Okay, I took y'all here, but I'm gonna let Law and Crime take y'all.
Sean John Combs was born on November 4th, 1969 in Harlem. His mom was Janice and his dad was Melvin. We'll have more on Melvin and Janice in a bit. We know that Janice eventually moved Combs and his sister to Mount Vernon, New York after Melvin died. She worked 3 jobs to put them through private school.
Good, Mama.
In a 2006 documentary, Sean Combs, Portrait in Black and White, Combs revealed a lot about his upbringing. Some of that could tell us a lot about who he is today. I want to bring in Sean Sotero. He's a music journalist who covers rap and hip hop to discuss Sean Combs' upbringing. So Sean, thanks for coming on. I want to talk a little bit about something that Sean Combs brings up in this documentary. And he talks about the differences in which his grandmother treated him and his mother. And he tells this story about how he was sent out by his grandma to go get cigarettes. She would give him some money to go to the corner store. He got beat up one time, didn't come back the money was taken from him, I should say. He comes back without the money, and his mom was like, you go back and you get that money or you don't come back, and he left the house crying. His grandma would have let him stay at the house, but his mom told him to get out there. And he used this quote that I thought was really interesting. He says, my mother, I guess, was raising me for the real world. She always told me if someone hits me to hit them back harder. And he talked about getting into the...
Wow. Y'all see, sometimes stuff comes from your childhood. Let's go back to that. That's a quote. That what I thought, man. Keep on hitting on my child. And he said his mom was getting ready for the street. Like they was fighting him. They was bullying him. Probably calling long head and everything. And my mother, I guess, my mother, he said that my mother, I guess, was raising me for a real world. That she always told me if someone hit me to hit them back harder. And y'all, it may sound cruel to y'all, but these days in school, these kids are not coming out these fights alive for not in bed. So whatever your mama tell you to do it.
It's me to hit them back harder. And he talked about getting into this big fight with the guy, but getting the money back and going home. What does that tell us about how Sean Combs kind of developed? Hit him back harder if you get hit.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to draw conclusions from a single anecdote, right? But I think it tells us a lot about how he wants to be seen, right? Of all the things he could have potentially said about his childhood, there are plenty of funny, colorful anecdotes, right? He played.
See, Cone trying to use that little small thing in what he said his mama said. He trying to use that little small thing in what made him the way he is now. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I told man, but somebody hit them back. I'm not. I was tired of the girls kept on wanting to jump on my daughters. I had beautiful daughters, beautiful faces, and it's time to fight back. As long as you follow the procedure, okay. Anyway,
football in high school with a member of the Gambino family. So, there's plenty of funny, interesting things he could have said about his time growing up. I think it's notable that he chose that story.
Why he ain't just say
to present himself as a fighter, as someone who overcomes obstacles, and to, sort of show, the influence his mom had and ways in which maybe, like you said, she tried to prepare him for, difficulties he might.
And I like how this guy taking up for the mom. The mom didn't tell him to go out there and fight. The mama was telling him how to protect himself. And Sean trying to make an excuse for him being the way he is. No, that's not what the mama told you to do. The mom didn't tell you to go out there and pick fight, start fight, or nothing like that. That ain't got nothing to do with the way you are now.
Fight experience. I think it's when you're on top, as he was for so many years, it's very difficult to portray yourself as an underdog anymore, right? And to gain appreciation and sympathy for that. And I guess maybe one way to do it is to say, is to sort of call back to obstacles you had as a child.
Another thing that he discussed was his father. Mm-hmm. And he didn't really know his father. He describes the only thing he really remembers about his father, because his father died right as he was turning 3, was his dad throwing him up in the air. A lot of parents do that. You throw the little kid up in the air. And he said that's his memory. He doesn't even remember the sound of his father's voice. And he says he knows that he was, quote, a very stylish dresser. The ladies loved him. His whole everything is real meticulous. He had a lot of drive, a lot of determination. He ain't want to be poor. And Sean Combs said that his mother had actually told him his father died in a car crash, but that wasn't really true. He later found out when he did some research later in life that his father was shot to death, shot in the head. He said his brains were blown out. Those were his words, on Central Park West in Manhattan. And he said his research confirmed that his father was a hustler.
See, Cone. Don't try to make her. I know you love your mama. Now I know you love your mom. I got seen you and your mama together, but you shouldn't even say that. You making her look. You trying to make her look bad, and don't do your mama like that. Your mama didn't know how you was gonna. I ain't never lied to my kids like that. I told them the truth, so she should have just kept it real with you and told you the truth. What happened to him? That's right. That's you right.
Hustler and a gangster. So he was the son of a hustler and a gangster, something that he had long suspected. And his dad ran around with Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas was a big drug dealer in the area.
His dad at home with Frank. Woo-wee. Big man. Big man Frank. Frank Lucas.
And he knew his dad. I mean, Frank Lucas has been on YouTube talking about this, about knowing Melvin Combs. So how do you think maybe that influenced Sean Combs?
Right. I mean, the Melvin Combs story is very interesting. I found something actually just the other day. It's a daily news story from February 1973, which is a few years, maybe a year and a half or so after he was killed. But it was around the time that this drug case in which he had been involved, in which, finally convictions happened in it. But this article says, well, look, this case, which was, breaking up a giant heroin ring, started when Melvin Combs's phone was wiretapped, and that was sort of the break in this case. And the article doesn't out and out say this, but it seems to imply that Melvin Combs' death was somehow connected to that, right? And you hear rumors people associated with Harlem in that time have said, well, look, people mistakenly thought Melvin Combs was an informant and that's why he was killed, right? It's sort of something that people who knew him back then or knew the area back then have said. And so, it seems to me this article sort of trying to put two and two together and say maybe the reason they thought that was because there was in fact.
But still, just because, but his daddy wouldn't want him to be like this. So it's just, he did into his dad closet. That's what he did. He researched his father history.
This wiretap on his phone. So that part was true, but obviously wiretaps are not something one does voluntarily, right? So
right, that's right.
If this Daily News article is to be believed, I think that maybe sort of explains the story behind his death, possibly. But yeah, I think Diddy definitely had the image of his father was very important to him. There was a speech he gave at Howard, maybe 2005 or so, something like that, where he recalls very vividly, I was in college at Howard and the first thing I did was go to the library and look at the microfiche and look up the Amsterdam News and see this story about my father. Like, it is something that is very important to him, this image of his father as sort of the drug dealer, but not just the drug dealer, sort of this suave, powerful guy who hung out with, the biggest of the big gangsters, right? Frank Lucas, like you mentioned, who, of course, his story is now immortalized in movies.
Y'all know who that is now. Y'all remember this movie now. Frank Lucas is a big gangster, man. That's who Denzel Washington had played. Lucas was just, is he still alive? Because when he got out of prison, he was alive. The last time I heard he was alive, I don't know now. So Lucas was a big gangster, man. He didn't play. Denzel did a good job in this role right here.
About as famous as you can get in that
American sort of, Gangster. I remember that.
So
I just watched it again.
I think that Diddy seemed to hold on to that image of his father.
Right.
It seemed very important to him that his father was someone big and notable and important.
I want to take a moment to tell you about something really cool that will help you learn more about the people you interact with.
Yeah, so I'm glad I found. Oh yeah, that's a good old movie. That's a good movie. Eyewitness. That's that movie right there, boy. You gonna when you watch it, you're gonna watch it more than one time. Trust me.
At one point in time, Wall Street Journal said it was a school that created a lot of people who went into the so-called creative elite, and they called it, I think, the Montessori Mafia. And so he was a member of this, according to the Wall Street Journal. So obviously, Janice Combs is somebody who wanted much better for her children than what they were getting in Harlem, and was willing to work really.
Certainly Harlem is, and he talks about and.
Well, I appreciate P. Diddy's mother. She worked 3 jobs. She still, regardless of whether daddy died, but the thing is, she still worked to bring her kids up in the world. So let's not just only focus on the American gangster, because P. Diddy one but 3. Let's think about the other positive things that his mama did to get him where he is today. And the chances and the turn and the ropes that he turned, that's what he did. I'm not about to sit here and bash him on everything because he was young. We need a father figure in his life.
Tries to represent Harlem a lot, but Mount Vernon is equally important. His first big break in the record business, he started promoting parties in college and things like that, but his first real break in the music industry began when he was an intern at Uptown Records, which is a job he initially got through a connection from Heavy D, who was, of course, from Mount Vernon. right? So there is a Mount Vernon connection from the very beginning of his story in the music business.
I want to move on now to something he's asked about sex and love in this documentary. And he talks very descriptively about losing his virginity at the age of 12 and actually feeling like he was pretty good at sex at the age of 12. He talks about watching something called Midnight Blue, which he described as a pornographic channel that was on TV at the time. And I want to read a quote. He said, "The first time I had sex, I wasn't scared. It felt so good to me, but I just remember how impressed I was because I used to watch Midnight Blue and how I felt I was just as good as the porno stars." Like,
hey, y'all, this is nothing to be ashamed of. If you have brothers, you don't call your brothers in there watching the movie. You told your mama, so it's nothing new. He's a young boy trying to feel himself. That's all.
Midnight Blue, like in Midnight Blue. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. This is somebody who was sexually active at a very, very young age. And
that ain't nothing.
In fact.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know exactly what that says about, the kind of person he was or he became. Something else in that quote, actually, in that section, actually struck me, right? In that, when he was talking about how he had a college girlfriend, and then the girlfriend broke up with him at a point in which they were apart. And he very definitively sets that as like, oh, that was the time at which I had realized I had to turn my feelings off and become, what he calls a player.
He protected his feelings.
Right.
Yes.
And
I found that interesting too, because it's almost like he couldn't handle that pain. So he shuts it all down, shuts it off. And then
who don't do that?
He changes the way he's looking at relationships.
That's right. And how you look at himself.
Look, he's far from the only person to talk about that either in real life or art. But I thought that was notable. Again, I couldn't say what relationship that does or doesn't.
But
have.
you can't. He was young. Got to remember, he was young. He's smart. He was young and smart, and that's guys' hormones. I'm not about to sit here, like I say, and play over that because I had brothers and doing things that they snuck and did, and I being nosy. So that ain't nothing new.
To, his love life in the future when he became prominent. But he talks in that film also about how he's lonely, right? He says, I'm a lonely guy, I don't have a lot of friends. And I feel like that also is sort of like, part of that is the workaholism.
See, I believe, that's what everything that I'm saying. I'm so glad that man repeat most of the things you go back that I have coming through this rope right here. Y'all, I always thought that P. Diddy had always been the person that he very musical. He's a good producer, but he always wanted to fit in and wanted to shine the light on him. He always wanted the light on him. And I can see that as being the only boy in your mama house. I can see that being the only boy. It wasn't nobody but him and his sister. So as a man, he had to come up as a man on his own, because ain't no father figure in his life. So y'all got it. That's a lot of young guys like that. They learn. They have to have some kind of. You have to be controlled. I'm a control freak. But I'm not like the way most control freaks are. If I can't have it my way, it's not gonna be it. But I got to realize sometimes that it's not gonna be my way. And P. Diddy y'all got to always remember, my daddy didn't die when I was 3. My daddy was alive when I was 3. I had somebody to go through. So before we judge somebody, we need to go back through the history and see what was the problem, what went on. I think he didn't have no father figure in his life. He learned stuff on his own, like a lot of young boys now. Mamas walk out of their life and just let them go and put them in a adoption home and forget all about them and stuff like that. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot of burden on these kids. So it is what it is.
Right, but part of that I think also maybe goes to this sort of shutting himself off as expressed by the anecdote about the college girlfriend.
That brings me to my next point, the lonely guy description. He describes himself as a lonely guy who doesn't have a lot of friends. He said, people think I have a lot of friends, but I don't have a lot of friends. And the quote I thought was interesting. He said, I don't really think that I make a good friend. I don't think I'm someone who's someone's going to call when they're going through something.
Listen to what he said. Listen. He feeling sorry for himself. That's what he doing. So he go outside his race to try to make friends. That's what we do because y'all don't want to be friends. I don't really think I make good friends. I don't think I'm someone who someone's going to call when they're going through something. I don't think I'm going to have the potential to really slow down to give them the attention they need. Now I can feel him in some of this. It's some of me. You know, I'll tell a man I don't need a boyfriend. I want one, but I don't have to have nobody. It's a mind over matter. So for different people, different stroke for different folk. And he get into it. And I'm not about to blame no actions on nobody but him. He old enough he could have got help.
I don't think I'm going to have the patience to really slow down to give them the attention that they need. And what I found really interesting about that is that he is talking about how he is a workaholic. He just became a machine, he said. That was a direct quote as well, throwing himself into his work.
I told you.
So this is somebody who, I don't know, is almost isolated in some respects.
Sure. I mean, look, if you talk to my friend Zach O'Malley Greenberg, wrote for Forbes for many years and, wrote a book in part about Diddy and interviewed him. And, he kind of broke it down as like this sort of shorthand for Diddy is he doesn't sleep, right? He's always going, sleeps, single digit, not
I told y'all that. It's just like us, some of us. You making money, but you want to make more money. You don't want to sit. You sleep. You see every time you turn around, you see I'm working over here. I'm working over here, and I'm working off the scene where y'all don't see me. So I don't have time for no relationship. And them women those multi high quality of women that he dealt with, wanted that to be their husband. This man can have a good heart and everything, but he did that make bad decisions that time. You snuck me, and it's just like a woman snuck me, and she left out that door. What did you take of mine when you went out that door? So it's you do not have to. One thing what we got to realize as human, we do not have to deal with people that we don't have to deal. Don't have to be we don't have to deal with people that we don't want to be around. We don't have to accept people if we don't like them people. You can't change a person. You can change yourself. I just went over the history with y'all with P. Diddy. There's no way in the world I want to get into P. Diddy. I don't even want none of his money. I don't even want him because his signs of things that he do tells me that he is an abusive person and he don't have time for me. So why I'm gonna try to be a wife of him instead of girlfriend? He don't want no wife at that time. They wanted to be his wife. Pressure, stress, and a lot of things play a role in a lot of things that people do. He'll work hard. You don't know what happened on the job. Why he got fired. Why they company let him go. And then he used stressing them out. Some of y'all women do stress these men out. Y'all do stress the relationship out sometimes. And people snap. And then when they snap, that's the only time you get yourself together. You happy that person snapped.
Like very relatively few hours a night. And you get a sense of that in the documentary as well, this sort of constant workaholism. So I think that's one side. That's definitely one side of it. If you look at other people in comparable positions in terms of, popular music and business.
Okay, let me see. Is this what all I had to show y'all? Let me see what else I had to show y'all. I think that was it. I just want to say it's a lot of P. Diddy's out there. It's a lot of women out there that are very abusive to men, in their relationship. So, Don't only just look at P did it. Look at everybody. Look at all these folks. It's a lot of people. And yep, yeah, I knew what they were doing. Okay, let me see what else. hmm hmm it could be good. It could be good. You know, it's up to you if you want to put up with individuals. If you want to put them people in your life and you want to be with them kind of people, y'all like bad girls. Y'all like bad boys. So it's bad boys will take care of you. That's where we saw it back in the days. A bad boy. It couldn't take no weak man to take care of me. A woman always wants somebody to step up for her. Now I want to say something where he said that Diddy said now this wife right here. Hold on, y'all. This wife right here. We having a good old rain down here. This wife right here. Justin Mama. Justin Mama don't play. Justin Mama ain't gonna play with him. I can't show y'all that good, so it's kind of good. Justin Mama was not gonna play with him. Her name was Missa Hilton. Okay, that she had a son by that's Justin Mom. Okay, she got away from him as quick as she can. She said they split soon after maintaining a favorable relationship until 2023 when Justin was charged with a DUI. That's Justin mother. I'm not protecting no one anymore. Just my son. Incense expired Instagram story Hilton wrote. Her mama said, what the mama said? She gonna protect her son. I'm not protecting no one anymore, just my son. That means that she wasn't gonna protect Diddy anymore. Okay. Um, those was the mothers, y'all. That all these was his baby mothers. That's the twin mom. That's just the mom up there. Can't see her that good. She was beautiful. There go. So have you got two that didn't have babies behind them. I'm kind of blessed that they didn't. That was Jennifer and Cassie. Yeah, Cassie was 19 when she met him. But one thing about the relationship, getting inside a relationship is you don't have to deal with them people. You can't change nobody. They have to change themselves. If they're not gonna change then and you want them to change. See, some people get in relationship and want the people to change for them. And them people ain't ready to change. So what you do? It's up to you. Them twins look just like they mama. They big girls now. They look just like they mama, honey. Oh, but all right, y'all. I just want to come in with y'all a little bit. You know, I ain't heard from y'all. Today I thought I would have an orientation today, but I ain't have my orientation today. I guess it'll be tomorrow on the phone. Uh, so you got all that money, you ain't got time to settle down. I ain't got time to settle down. I'm telling you now. Yeah, that money, girl. All right, y'all. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hope y'all enjoy. Um, P. Diddy, Sean Kong Gangsta Life. Don't forget, y'all. You can't change a person, But you can change yourself. You can get out of out of a relationship that you don't need to be in and ask for help. Get away. Okay? I'm out of here.